Hey everyone, and welcome to the True Financials channel. My name is Dennis, and today we'll be talking about sudden wealth and some of the different processes that I personally would take if I ended up coming into sudden wealth, and also some of the ways that people do get into sudden wealth. So, to kind of start off, there's different ways that people can get into sudden wealth, and that's going to be typically through like inheritance, through different types of life insurance. It can be through gambling or lottery, and then it could also be through somebody getting a big gift from someone that's still currently alive. So before anything else that we kind of talk about, just make sure that if you do come into this type of situation, that you do talk to a professional tax expert, just so that way everything is taken care of and cleared out of the way. So the part of the reason I'm making this video is that I feel that most people that live paycheck to paycheck and end up coming into sudden wealth just don't typically know how to handle their money the right way. So when they get that large sum of money, they're just going to handle it the same way, just in larger sums of money. So I don't know if a lot of people have heard different stories of people that win the lottery. A couple years down the road, they'll end up becoming broke, if not actually have less money than before they actually won the lottery. And a lot of the reasons for this is because they just don't know how to handle their money properly. They don't know the steps to take that coming into that amount of wealth would entail. So that's kind of what we're going to want to talk about today. And I would just highly encourage people to learn a little bit more when it comes to money handling and just different steps to be able to protect your money. Because the last thing you want to do is get this big lump sum of money, especially if it's an inheritance and it's something that was in the family, to just have it all lost. I mean, that's usually not what the person passing it down really wants for you. So we're going to kind of go with an example of let's just say $500,000 throughout the rest of this video. So this $500,000 is something that somebody might come up upon with an inheritance, or like I said, lottery winnings, or whatever the case may be. So with this $500,000, the first thing we'd want to do is look at our debt. So we want to see what we still owe as a liability. We want to get it all paid off, and that does include the mortgage on the house. And I know that might sound crazy, but I just personally think that having a home paid off will give you a lot more freedom and a lot more breathing room. And I just like always to say that 100% of the foreclosures only happen on houses that have a mortgage on them. So you're just going to be a lot more clear. So yeah, paying off student loans, credit cards, the mortgage, just anything else that you owe on, just have that all taken care of. But in our example with that $500,000, and again, let's just say that's also after taxes too. So the $500,000 is right there. Let's say to pay off the mortgage is $200,000, and then to pay off the student loans and the car and everything else comes out to another $50,000. So we're looking about half the money used to just kind of clear up everything. But you're not really losing that money. That money is in that house as well too when it comes to the mortgage. So your net worth will actually go up as well too. So that's a great thing. So you're not losing $200,000 or so if you're putting it into that house. And then the next thing that we're going to want to do after paying all of our debt is actually having a little bit of an emergency fund. Now, emergency funds are very important because it helps you live your life without having to worry about big accidents coming around. So, whether it's transmissions going out or having to go to the hospital or losing a job, emergency funds are going to be there to help protect you in those type of situations. And that's really good when it comes to your personal finances. So what I would usually recommend is about 3 to 6 months of emergency, so maybe like $15,000 or whatever your monthly costs come out to be able to just live your life. So let's say we put like $20,000 away. We'll go with about $20,000. So we have a little bit of money left over. So the next thing I would want you to do is actually park your money aside, put it in like just a regular savings account where it's going to do nothing for you. And again, I know this sounds kind of silly too, but you're just going to have it set aside. And what you're going to do in the meantime is you're going to learn a little bit more when it comes to handling your money. So what you want to do is you want to watch more videos, whether it's through me, through like the financial education, or just anybody else that just really has more knowledge to give you. Read some more books and just learn more about what to do with your money. And then after that, once you kind of decide, okay, you know what, this is what I want to do, this is my goal with this money, that's when you can take it into the next step. So my personal next step would actually be either one of two different types of investments. You either got the stock market you can invest in, or you got residential properties that you can rent out. So, and those are my two avenues. There's other ways you can do investments, but those are going to be the two I talk about. So when it comes to the stock market, you can invest in stocks or mutual funds. And as I mentioned in a prior video as well, I'm more into the mutual funds myself. You can actually watch that video if you want to kind of get some ideas of some of the things that I'm personally invested in. So look at the stock market, look at the growth in certain stocks or certain mutual funds, and see where you kind of want to keep your money to have that grow. And then on the rental property side, one of the really cool things that you can kind of look into is maybe purchasing a home outright with the remaining money that you currently have, and then being able to rent that home out every single month and have a monthly income from that. So, I mean, just imagine for a moment, at one point you're living a life where you're paying, $2,000, $3,000 every single month to a mortgage company, and all of a sudden that's all taken care of, and now you're getting, $1,000, $1,500 every single month from a renter. Completely changes, every perspective of your life. So now you're getting money coming in, which is a passive income for you. If you're not too familiar with rental properties, again, you can learn a lot more about rental properties. There are companies that you can actually pay a small fee for every single month to actually look for the tenants, take care of any issues that are going on in the home, and just kind of overview it all for you as well. So you can actually minimize some of the work that you have to do in those regards as well. And we can go into more of that in other videos later down the road if people are interested in that as well. So, and the beauty of the rental properties as well too is not only are you earning this monthly income that you every single month, is that the property will gain value over time. So that's honestly one of my favorite investments, is getting money from it while it's growing in value too. So, all right, guys. So those are going to be my tips as far as getting sudden wealth and going through that process. Obviously, if you're getting even more than the $500,000, that's just going to kind of trickle down throughout that whole the whole step process over there too. And there's other things you can do with the money as well too. Of course, you want to have maybe a little bit of fun with it, maybe go on a trip, but something a little conservative, so that way you're not utilizing it as you would typically do with your regular payments or your regular paychecks. Sorry. And again, I believe that people that are watching this video might be interested in actually learning more about their personal finance and best ways to approach, not only just sudden wealth, but maybe even just, getting their finances in order as well too. So if you enjoyed our conversation today, I will be talking a lot about personal finance, investing, and retirement on this channel, so hit that subscribe button. And then also as well, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button down below. And like we mentioned a little earlier too, comment in the comment section below if you have any additional tips or if you have any questions that you want to ask as well. And then also in the description box, I do put down some links to different type of books that I definitely find interesting when it comes to finance, investing, and also even motivation as well too. So check those out as well. And guys, until next time, thanks for watching.